Hello there, everyone. Bobby D.
And I'm Erin, and we are with Inspire Hearts Fundraising.
Well, what a amazing world we live in now.
That's one way to put it.
It's rapidly changing, and I know if you're watching this, you are quite interested in what the future of fundraising events might look like, as are we.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we could have made event videos every single year with the same question, and this year's just a little bit more intense.
Yeah, absolutely. It went from literally where we were on stage to within 7 days to where it was in a nationwide lockdown, and
True.
Nobody was going anywhere.
I miss people.
Yeah, I miss people too. And I know that you miss people, and we miss gathering, we miss events. And I know you miss fundraising, the way that events were so effective, and it built that energy, and it really was able to tell your story and bring that community together. And
Totally.
And I think I think it's important for us to talk about why we created Inspire Hearts, and that's what it was really about. It's about bringing that community together. So, Erin, what were you before this? Or what did
I love that you're interviewing me.
What did you
Let
do?
me sit down and interview you.
Yes.
Well, Bobby.
Yes. What did you...
So look, we've got people that are watching us, and we hope to put out a lot of content. That is our hope and desire and dream. We tend to be overachievers in our dreams, aren't we? So we want to do that, and this is our first welcome, just to kind of introduce you, let you know who we are. I'm Erin. This is Bobby. Bobby and I are madly in love.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, there's that. We're engaged. Yay. There's a video about that somewhere on the internet if you want to watch it.
Link below.
But more importantly, Bobby and I met through the auction industry, which is a very unique industry. Mm-hmm. We were both members of the National Auctioneer Association, where we met at conferences and in also benefit auction specialist conferences, and basically realized we were following the same path of becoming auctioneers in the fundraising world, which is a unique path that there are not many people that do.
That's absolutely right. And where you came from as a third generation auctioneer, grandpa was an auctioneer, mother was a champion auctioneer, you're a champion auctioneer.
My story. Yeah.
And I came from the automobile auction world and was kind of selling used cars to used car dealers. And I was like, wait, there's got to be something more. And there was nonprofits that are doing great work in the world, and I was able to help them.
Well, that's yours.
Raise money.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not shushing you, but we're gonna do independent videos about each other so that we know more about each other, because I know some people care and some people don't. So if you don't care about us independently, just skip that video.
We were doing fundraising auctions, and we got together and we're like, wait a minute.
Back it up for a hot second. Auctioneers, as a collective of the industry, we're doing fundraising auctions as a way to promote themselves within the industry.
Correct.
With a way to get their name out there. So they're doing fundraising auctions, and we came along and we're like, and by we, I mean collective of benefit auctioneers. Professionals. We're like, no, there's a career here. This is an actual job that is very important.
Yeah.
Not anybody can do a fundraising auction. Not anybody can work a benefit. Not anybody can stand up and sell those gorgeous pies and raise money for the school, right? Like, so there became this whole collective. That collective evolved because the research we realized was not the research of selling the item, which is what a normal auctioneer will do. I'm calling them normal auctioneers, even though every auctioneer out there is like, I'm not normal.
Definitely.
But they learn what they're selling. They learn the item that they're selling. So if you talk to a real estate auctioneer, they can tell you everything about the real estate law. If you talk to a car auctioneer, they can tell you, and Bobby, I think you can identify every headlight out there, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So they know what they're selling. That's their job. Well, in fundraising auctions, they have to be able to speak nonprofit.
Right. They need to talk about development. We have to talk about donor relationships.
Well, but that's where the education got different.
Yes.
Once we started realizing that was the education we needed while standing up on stage, we realized that the nonprofits needed something different.
That's right. And that's where we were looking at what used to be a gala that was really focused around these live auctions, and which we were doing the fast talk, and it was very entertaining, and selling trips and packages and artwork for tens of thousands of dollars or more to help raise money. But when we took a step back and we saw this happening, it was really like 1-2% of the entire room that was actually bidding in the auction. And we're like, wait a minute, what about the other 98% that were out there that wanted to do something for this nonprofit that they loved? And that's where the idea of the paddle raise came within. That was where the collective giving experience came within, and that was implemented within these events. And as we saw the events evolve, we noticed that the auctions started to shrink or disappear, and the paddle raise, the ask, the fund the need was really kind of the focal point of this event. And as we continued to talk and we saw this, and we're like, well, wait a minute, what if we could help a nonprofit create a more community-driven, connected event and create a more efficient fundraising method? We should do that.
I feel like you went a little bit backwards there, just for a second here, because it was really this transition into the paddle raise, or the special appeal, they'll call it, and they call it all sorts of different names. When we started working and delving into that and saying, like, how do we make that moment bigger and better? How do we get more people involved? How do we get more money created for the nonprofit? How do we get that gift to go longer? How do we make next year as successful as this year, or more successful, and more successful? Yes. That's where we realized that it was not just those 15 minutes of on-stage time. It was really the entire hour of a program. It was really the entire event. It was really the entire year of the fundraising that was all important. And we realized that our role of that 15 minutes, you're only on stage for 15 minutes, that 15 minutes was actually a really big role that lasted the entire year. And that's where we said, hey, this is actually not about us. This is really not about us on stage for 15 minutes and being cool and shiny. This is actually about something bigger. Like, I personally, Erin, care about that gift coming in from a donor into a bigger way, from a donor into a major gift. Like, right, I want a legacy gift to come out. That's what I really want. Yeah. So, and at the same time, Bobby was saying the same thing. He was like, I just feel like there's something missing here. Like, we can make something happen. Like, I feel like I'm being limited by just selling, I'm calling it the pies, but like, really, the trips, the whatever, the mishigas. If you're just selling the thing, you're not selling the mission. You're not selling bigger. So he's looking at it this way. I'm looking at it that way. And then this is where, Inspire Hearts happens.
That's right. And when we came together, we're like, okay, let's be the auctioneers that are telling nonprofits or guiding nonprofits to not do auctions anymore. I mean, you can, yes, do auctions. I mean, the online auction, the silent auction, the live auction. I mean, do they work? I mean, are they inclusive with everybody? And what we found out was that they were exclusive. So that's where we came in with a different philosophy within this. It's like, how do we create events that are more inclusive, that are able to connect these communities to come together, to build this year-round fundraising process, to then help nonprofits raise more and more money year over year and make a bigger impact. I mean, That's really what it is. That's what it's about.
So that's where we came from, and knowing that little bit of history, I think that we probably shouldn't waste too much time in each of our videos. Let you have a little bit bites and samples so you can figure out how to negotiate and navigate through your own relationship with us. We have a lot of information. We were going to do some short videos just to give you some information here. Click through, share, do what you need to do, because as Bobby, like, just on the tip of his tongue, is like, hey, we got to this point where we were out there being paddle raise experts, and then,
yes, March 17th, 2020.
We now are virtual event experts, huzzah! But really, our continued efforts of the year-long process and working on the event has really changed, and especially with virtual events, and that's really important. But I know that not everybody wants to talk about that. Some want to talk about hybrid events, some want to talk about drive-in events, some want to talk about just the paddle raise, some want to talk about software. So we have a lot of information. We're going to break it down as best we can and put some short videos out there. Again, I'm definitely going to do a video all about you.
Oh, and I should do one all about you.
But we want to share that information with you and break it down for you. So if you have questions as we're going through this process,
please. Just put it below.
we would love to direct some videos because you will not be the only one to have had that question. I can guarantee it.
That's absolutely right. And it's our passion and our purpose, as well as our profession in this world. I mean, we all get to choose where we apply our energies. And we've chosen to help you, the nonprofits, raise more money and create a bigger impact and help us all together make a better world. And I think we're in a place where the world will be getting better. I'm excited about that. And with your help, we're going to be able to do that. So yes, Erin, you're right. We could speak for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And I think what we should talk about in our next video is kind of what the future of events look like. So I want to thank you, our nonprofit friends, and all of our friends that are out there watching. Welcome, yes, to, I guess, Inspire Hearts 2.0.
Sure.
Yeah, the future.
I love it. Bobby loves, he's got to give it a name.
That's right.
Whatever the name is, welcome, and hopefully we can help you on your journeys because you're the ones that actually change the world.
That's right, and we're all in this together, and let's find these ways to help each other. So hopefully you found a little bit of value within this and can continue watching with us. Yes, please ask us questions, comments, whatever. Subscribe, follow us, and yeah, we're happy to help. Again, my name is Bobby D.
And I'm Erin, and welcome to Inspire Hearts Fundraising.
All right, we'll see you later.